You did it. Do it again.
Oh,
They all live for your voice.
welcome to Oldtifa, the place where we talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about.
I swear to God, it was nicer the first time.
And I just, I realized I should probably have, see, I need a workstation with,
I know. I was thinking about that too. It's like how
next time, yeah, I'll set myself up with um, two things. All right, top chat, all chat,
all chat and
and
not members only.
yes, no, that's the way it is. So hello,
Hello,
I am not Carrie Ann.
I am Club. Um,
The people that fill the seats at the awards.
your filler. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
No, you can consider this his audition. Let's get him on.
Audition. Okay. Oh,
You're here already. Wow. Yeah, we had to get off the game because Carrie Ann was had school stuff.
yes.
She's in the last of the oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to graduate part of the world.
So
So,
think good thoughts for Carrie Ann.
and this is Papa Cat's, I guess, audition you're filling in, and that's this way you can be relaxed and do this with me also.
Yes.
So, and in the proud uh world of YouTube, you'll see his camera with all the crap around it.
Can you see the
And this way he can see it on the big
can
television.
you see those circles in my glasses?
Look at the television.
Oh wow,
I put
yes.
this up there so he could see.
Yep. And yeah, I got me here too, just for now.
So we have the Canadians, unlike the
Yes.
real guy,
Which real guy?
the orange balloon.
Oh yeah. I know. Scooter Mom, what can we say? We're doing our best, but there's only so much we in California can do about all this stuff.
The BFF had sent me something about Newsom. I don't know what it was. I didn't look because I was too busy watching cop videos
Yes.
and playing dragons.
Which are both really good uh relievers. No.
For me, nothing relieves the stress.
Yeah. Oh, there's Miss Thing.
The only thing that relieves the stress nowadays is half or a quarter of a Xanax. Yeah, that's how I have it down.
Uh,
So, and we had to improvise because, of course, I didn't come up till right before. So I've got my mic on my mic.
it's very um what do we say? Rubber bands and Sugru, or
No, Sugru
it,
and Velcro.
it's a very MacGyver solution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a very me.
We, she MacGyvered something at the last minute.
And he was wondering what I was doing. Excuse me while I looked in the mirror for a second. Talk.
Happens to your glasses all the time. Yeah, I mean that's what we figured. This is I'm sitting in the cat chair, so we're not used to having humans in this spot, and I don't think Lady Bird has lights reflecting off her eyeballs.
It also gives me an idea to like make up that corner because I intend to grab other people
Yes,
and bring them
you
into
may
my
have some
corner.
interesting guests coming on in the near future, not just yours
But I
truly.
have a voice maybe coming in tomorrow.
Right.
Yes.
That could be interesting. So we might do an old Tifa in the evening.
We might do an old Tifa in the evening.
Okay, make
Um,
make a note of that.
the big little brother said that he'd be willing to do it, but I'm going to keep him on a voice.
Right. It will be
Right now, he's looking for a job,
voice
so
only. Yeah.
he's a voice only. I don't want anybody to get his face.
Right.
Not that we'll ever have more than 100 people, but still, he is my big little brother and I care. So,
Yeah. And it's like if you thought my voice was
yeah, we have a voice for Cher and Becky.
yeah, yeah,
Big
exactly.
little brother's voice was made
You
for
need to hear this
TV.
one. Yeah,
Hmm.
it'll put me to shame.
So let's see. I made barely any notes because I haven't been watching him.
And I have no idea what's on your list, so you're probably going to surprise me.
And he probably knows it all because he doesn't talk to me about it until I mention it. And then I get the, oh yeah, you know,
Oh yeah, didn't I tell you about that?
or I know. This is what I do to the BFF. She told me something today, and I said, at least you're not the little Nazi because supposedly, because Luke Beasley
Yes.
uh said it. Maybe I can just put up the nah actually. Um that Elon Antoinette walked out with the little Nazi's wife.
I could not, I mean, that just sounds incredible to me. I believe it, but you know, of all the things, when, when we talk about, oh, there's look everybody, there's infighting in their camp. It's like I would not have put that on my bingo card. I'm still waiting for Balloon to maybe take a subtle swipe at Elon for complaining about the big beautiful bill not including enough of his Doge activity.
Maybe he took it off.
Oh, it was on. Luke had it like
That's how I came across.
on his site or something. Okay, so hey, as we say, this is our opinion,
Yes, it's all fiction
not to be
until it's
taken
proven to
literally,
fact.
and
It is our opinion, it's all assumption.
exactly. So Scooter Mom is asking if you got an email from her.
I haven't looked at my email.
Okay,
I will look.
she will look. We'll make sure of that. So thank you, Scooter Mom.
Let me go over here for a second. Oh, no, he didn't put it on this one.
Okay,
You didn't put the fair use thing on.
the what?
The fair use thing on.
I did not. Okay.
That's how I get out of things. I'll show that.
Yeah.
See, I'll show that.
Imagine at the lower left corner of the screen is a wording that says fair use section 107 something.
But yes, he had a video up earlier, and I don't know if it's maybe under a different name, and I just, oh, duh, history. This,
Tisk tisk. Okay, Scooter Mom, we get it.
no, we don't.
Okay,
Give it up.
we might get it.
Okay, history. Let's see if it shows up. I watch so much crap all the time.
So I mean, not that I care that much, but I'm just wondering, like, okay, how did that happen? I don't even know who uh, Pee Wee's wife. You say literally wife,
Right.
as in married to.
Uh,
Okay,
I have her name here.
okay.
Um,
I'm about to look it up.
Elon takes little Nazi's wife, Katie Miller, to having fun with Elon Antoinette. This is what you get when you use your wife. Supposedly it was a honeypot situation, which is basically she throws him in to get what he threw her in to get what he wanted.
I'm thinking, can I read a tweet?
Go ahead.
It's so how soon until Stephen Miller's wife announces she's pregnant with Elon Musk 93rd demon hellspawn?
See? See? So I don't see
I'm
it here. So he must have taken it off. It's not in my history anymore.
I'm looking to see if there's any, other sources that are
Oh no, it's called
places that I know.
Report. Elon Musk takes Stephen Miller's wife. Still here.
Rumors swirl. Yeah, okay. Hey,
Cool.
this is our opinion. We're just
And the little Nazi gets what he deserves, honestly.
regurgitating
It's
stuff
nice
we
for
see.
Karma to be slapping him upside the head because he's only been married for like a year or two, I think. So, you know, it took him that far long to find a wife, and then she just went for the other nerd.
Hmm.
Sorry, I shouldn't be cheering. It's not
Here's
nice.
another one. Convincing Miller that Elon Musk stole his wife might be the easiest way to get Musk deported or sent to El Salvador.
Seriously, it might.
Yeah,
Seriously,
yeah,
knowing him.
yeah. I mean, that
Ooh.
would be, sort of the ultimate throwing under the bus,
Well,
maybe.
because it did take him so long to find a wife, maybe he'll freak out and run away from the White House. That would be nice. What do you think?
I none of this really makes a ton of sense, but
And I did find out that the crypto dinner was at the White House. The cross chick or propaganda Barbie, she has not been wearing her cross now for about a week, maybe a week and a half. So
when she wore it, when she did wear it, then it was harder for her to lie, right?
Don't
When she didn't
really.
wear it,
I don't know. I
yeah,
don't. I
okay.
don't know
I
her.
thought that's what
Like not
yeah,
ex.
all the body language experts or those people would say.
I'm not into a facial. Looking at your figuring out if there's something wrong that I can do. I can't tell by body types.
Yeah,
I can tell totally from like here. So, and it could be why I did look for the cross on her neck because it looks like it's aging her. She's a baby and it's aging her. So,
yeah,
but yeah, you know, since he probably really loves his wife. No, actually, not if it was a honeypot. Never mind, take that back.
yeah. For what it's worth, whether you whether Grok's statements weigh on you or not, Grok is saying there's no credible evidence to confirm any of this. So, but that's not what we're all about here.
As long as he just doesn't come back to San Francisco, I just want him to stay away from Twitter's
Yeah,
main headquarters, which is on Market and
ninth or 10th.
something like that.
Yeah.
So he took over our whole building, which used to be the
Hmm.
San Francisco furniture warehouse, something or another, some site for real, and it's like six floors, 7 floors, and it's like this huge square thing takes up half a block in San Francisco, which is a lot here because the blocks are huge. And there was a Whole Foods on the bottom, and there were condos being built around it, expensive condos being built around it. It was pretty much they were taking uh that neighborhood back from the peep shows and porn theaters and things like that. And so he comes in, kicks everybody out, keeps all of the B1 visas. Is that what it's called?
H1B,
H1B
H1B. Yeah.
visas. Makes them stay in the building, which people, because there were like beds in there, people figured it out. Um, and kills the neighborhood. So now there are high rises, or at least 20, 30-story buildings that are probably $1 million condos that aren't being sold.
Hmm.
So he killed the neighborhood, and supposedly it's coming back to where it used to be. So there are now undesirables lurking all over the place. Whole Foods left. They didn't just close, they left about 4 months ago, 5 months ago now. Yeah, he's managed to destroy a whole neighborhood that San Francisco was rebuilding. So,
Well, not to mention what he did with Twitter itself as a
oh yeah,
web destination.
oh, and he had to buy Twitter. He didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
The courts made him do it because he rescinded his offer after it was accepted. And the court said, tough duty, because you accepted from like basically an auction, you have to buy it because you were the biggest and the last
Yeah.
implant.
He tried to get out of it. How many times?
Well, no, I think he basically was trying to get out of it as it climbed to superior
Yeah.
here. So yeah, no. So which part did you that he had to buy it? We I didn't know till a week, I think, afterwards, because then it was finally getting to the civilians that he was climbing to get the hell out of it. So, um, and everybody was trying to figure out a way to get him out of it because we didn't want him here. We knew what he was going to do to
Hmm.
Twitter.
Hmm.
We have friends that started at Twitter with Twitter. So, and that's why I'm never going to call it X. It sounds so
Oh,
stupid. So to me, it'll always be Twitter. I had stock in Twitter. I had 5 shares I bought as a joke for a friend of mine going, look, I own your company. Of course, I find out he sold out immediately. The minute it went public, he sold out,
as soon as he could,
our
right?
friend.
Yeah.
So, and he was the sixth person at Twitter,
Don't remember the number, but
five or
he was
six.
definitely very early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was either 5 or 6. And that's because it's tech. Our friends are in tech
Hmm.
or own tech, as some people in Marin do.
Yeah, and a lot of them just have, they have a sense of like, okay, here's what's coming.
And he just knew better. He was like, forget this. I was going to take advantage of it. And he sold it because I teased him that I had a stock. And he goes, I don't.
Your mom will only ever call it Twitter. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
I did get almost twice as much as I paid for it because since it turned into a private company, he had to take my stock.
You might have made a little bit of a profit, but not
Not
much.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really. It was just like a joke thing, so I thought I'd always have it or something. Demand a certificate to say that I had it, stuff like that. And no, all of a sudden one day I get a email from the stock place, and they're like, "We sold, or yeah, we had to sell your stock at
Yeah.
blah 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 because Mr. Musk has made company private, some crap like that." And I was like, I think it's when I found out that he had to buy it. I think it was around the same time. It was really annoying.
Hmm.
I thought it was neat having something like that. When the first offering, it was not the very
Yeah.
first offering. I sort of had no clue what the hell I was doing, so I thought I could just put money into an account that I make and then just buy something. No, it ain't that easy. So I got it the first day. I just got it 4 hours into the first day.
Well, you get to set up an E-Trade account and all that stuff.
So that was the thing, is that it bugged Papa Cat because it was like I didn't buy it when it went out. I bought it when it went up by $20, I think. So it was like, it's my birthday present anyway. That's what I always say
Yeah,
for
it
things
was
like
it
that.
was a low risk experiment.
It's a joke.
Yeah, yeah, that too.
It's just something fun to do. So, but yeah. So as long as he doesn't come back here or goes to the Tesla um plant, which is 40 miles south of Milpitas, and stays somewhere in the valley, probably at the Four Seasons in Palo Alto, which is hilarious. The Four Seasons in Palo Alto is right next to the 101 uh, freeway. It is not in proper Palo Alto, it is in East Palo Alto, which for the longest time until recently, in the past 10, 15 years, was like East Oakland. We don't know what they did because they're not officially in East Palo Alto, and that is officially EPA. That's how bad the neighborhood was. It was called
If you
EPA.
know the right people, you can
Yeah,
get around
it's.
the
I'm sure it's in a few songs
zoning or whatever.
when they talk about Oakland and
Yep,
EPA.
yep.
So
But he's got to have a house around the area. You
I
think?
doubt it.
You don't think?
I don't think so. He never said anything about living here. He just made himself look stupid here. Wasn't Dave Chappelle here?
Oh, you mean like from here?
No, no.
Or
When he got booed at the Chappelle um show, wasn't it in San Francisco? And
right.
Dave Chappelle like
Yep.
said, "Hey, Elon's here," and this is 5 years ago, something
Hmm.
like that. Was it before COVID? I can't remember, but they booed him. It was after he bought Twitter, so yeah, people just booed him, and he. I didn't even think about this until right now, and then he left because he was unhappy. They made him cry, basically. I should have realized that. We could have all made him cry and leave earlier. So, yeah, now he's taking his wife, and they'll probably. But then again, somebody said that the Nazi's wife was not a very nice person either, and believed in that thing that they believed in Germany. So she actually might be having a kid with him, so she could what is it called? Eugenics?
Oh, what, improving the master race or
Yeah,
something?
that's what he believes in,
Yeah,
and he said something about that. Sorry, don't pay attention to the furry body right there.
yeah. Different channel, same furry animals.
We got a new pad for that. It's a rolling case,
Ah, okay. And now it belongs to
and you
him.
can barely see the white move.
Okay.
And then with the tail.
I took over the second camera for myself, and now we don't have
Cat
the
cam.
other camera to show the cats.
When I was still on Twitter, the moment he bought it, I started blocking the ads on it until you couldn't block anymore. See, that's the thing with I know. Trust me, if she comes out, I think she's behind it now. Hey, where's
Okay.
Vicky?
Stand by. Yes, you might actually have cat.
No, let's
Oh, okay. Ah, she did not like being called out.
chew. Of course, I'll find her sleeping there now on. What?
Come
Oh,
on, come
what's that? Ooh, I
come
gotta move that. I don't like that.
over here. Hey. Okay,
So he'll
now
show
you
her.
talk.
Yeah, he'll show her off.
Mm-hmm.
So don't you love that scooter, Mom? It's just you, me, and uh Papa Cat. And now Birdie. This is Birdie.
Mm-hmm.
She actually got the comb. Disturb the queen. She got the comb today and yesterday, so she is very groomed. I even got her the little baby mats underneath her arms.
I know. On my full screen, no.
So yes, it'll just be the three of us tonight, obviously. So everybody else is looking at the notification if they have one going, oh hell no.
Yeah, Fuzz like, nope, no mod for me.
Be asleep.
Yeah, she's East Coast.
Actually, when cricket comes out more often, this was one of the things he was moderating.
Yes, that
And I
is
want to get
correct.
him on when everything has settled with him because he's like um act up politics, which is
Yeah.
F you and go have a day and do it without me. So it's like he's like, I don't do politics. I said, yes, you do. You just didn't do the
I
mass
know, I know.
media.
It's like, she's, uh, can I call you CBF? What do I call you here? Okay.
That's what I'm down here
Yeah.
as. I mean,
Is you know, working on cricket
yeah.
to get him more comfortable with the idea of, being
And he's
being
very well.
a regular participant here.
Yeah, with the anti-politic because
Right.
even when the freak leaves, I'm still going to have this channel. So,
Yeah.
and it's Cricket's name anyway.
Hmm.
Oldtifa, I asked him if I could have it.
Right.
So because that's what he used to use in Act Up.
Exactly. So we need to pay homage
Oh
to
my God, that'd be
everything
so
here.
funny if we I am going to keep working on him.
Yes.
Um that'd be so funny if that people knew because he did it in New York, if I remember right. If people remember the name and then come across this on YouTube because Cricket used it.
Oh,
Yeah,
for what?
Act Up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that would be cool, wouldn't it? Because then, yeah, I definitely do all kinds of politics. God knows I went through the AIDS crisis. I live in San Francisco and I'm
Hmm.
58. I lived through the AIDS crisis. So, no, I will keep working on him. After I get my phone fixed, now I can't even get in the account. Okay,
Great.
what's next? Let's
Yeah.
see.
What's next on your list?
Chicken tacos. That's what we should just call them, chicken tacos. I wrote it down. Trump always chickens out taco.
That is,
He was losing his crap.
yep.
He started it. Lawrence has fun with it. Somebody recommended Lawrence O'Donnell's like clip about him being taco, and the way I wrote it down, I just read chicken taco.
I know you've probably
So
seen a
yeah,
bunch of
we've
these.
seen that one
Yeah.
show.
Uh,
Yeah, just to
yeah.
preview.
Yeah. Does that work?
That one's wrong.
Okay.
Yes, you're. I know. See, you get to watch it from Canada, so you can totally like giggle, except for the fact that he's taking the economy of the world down. But I don't think as much anymore since he's now really wandering for real and the army doesn't like him. Our army
Yeah.
does not like him anymore. There will not be a military parade. There will not be, if I was his handlers, I would hide him up on the third floor and leave him there because the chicken is cuter.
My God, there is so much. I didn't realize. I mean, I'm not surprised how much taco content is now out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
memes, we got AI videos, we got the whole works.
Yeah. So I don't think he'll be the orange balloon anymore. Now I think he'll be the chicken taco.
Well, plus it shows, it confirms how trivially easy it is to trigger the guy. You know,
Yeah. The Baron thing was wrong. And I'm sure Baron loves this because his mom came out and said no. And knowing him, he probably didn't want to. He probably might be a tech guy, so
yeah.
why would he want to go to Harvard?
But
He'd want to go to MIT
you know how we know he's brilliant.
because he can turn on a
He
computer.
can turn on a laptop. Ooh, and the computers and the AI.
So yeah, there will be a parade. No, I can tell you that because if there was a parade, they will have been rehearsing a month in advance. It's one of the things that regular people don't know. And the only reason I know is because I was in ROTC in high school, and I was on the color guard where you carry the flags, and to participate in parade, you had to be there to rehearse,
There can't be a, closed door, behind the scenes, hidden
and it pops up on YouTube.
rehearsal. There's no way that that would not leak out.
Yeah. So, and all of the tanks and everything else, somebody would have caught it by now, and somebody would be YouTubing, TikToking it because you can't quietly move all that stuff. And besides the fact that somebody might have finally told him that DC streets would not hold that, especially in front of the White House. There are tunnels. There are tunnels for um, sewage, electricity. If they had
Yep.
a subway at one time, if tunnels from the White House that we don't know about. Um, so the ground wouldn't support it. You'd get go.
Hmm.
That's actually I wanted him to have the damn parade because I wanted to see the tank go into the ground because was it 44-ton tank or something?
Those things are monstrously heavy.
And how long ago did they build? How long ago was the White House? Dolly Madison, I think, was the first White House. So
Yeah.
late 17, early 1800s. So because she's the one who saved the portrait of George Washington the first time the White House got burned down. So isn't that like really cool? That's why we had a cat named Dolly. Of course, we didn't
Okay.
call her that, but um. So yeah, no. The infrastructure alone, and who knows? I mean, it could have literally fallen down into the ground and then screwed up everything else in the whole city. So they probably told him no in the behind the scenes. And you know him. He'll just say it till the day, the 14th. He'll wake up and he'll go, "It's my birthday and I decided not to have a parade."
Just have it in Moscow. Get it over with. Pyongyang.
You guys burned down my White House the first time.
Don't you remember all those wars we had with Canada over the years?
As I always say, I grew up in East Oakland in the 70s. We didn't have time for American history. We got history going on around us
Local, yeah, exactly.
constantly.
Very regional history.
So, and it ticked my dad off because my dad was really big into, my dad is into uh, that history,
Yeah,
American history. So the Revolutionary War. And he's like, why doesn't everybody study it? And I go, Dad, I never studied here in Oakland.
this is where we go. Oh, if your dad and my dad had actually ever spent time together,
We would have never been able to tear them apart
yep, yep,
because his
yep.
dad was a
That was my
American.
dad's specialty
Yeah,
was
was the American
American
War.
colonial
Yeah.
history.
So
Yep.
that was the bummer about his dad. My parents never got to meet his dad because his dad passed away real early. So
Yeah.
technically, we were the British back then.
Oh,
Okay, but Canadians take credit for it.
okay,
Awesome.
we'll allow it.
You
We'll
guys,
allow it.
you should get all your friends to make YouTubes or TikToks of the White House burning because you can always say that no, it's not a threat.
Mhm.
It's just reenacting the
Yep.
first one.
So
So
what did King Charles, I forget, what did he say when he visited Canada this week?
I didn't pay attention. I have not
Okay,
been paying
maybe
attention.
maybe
My
Scooter
first
Mom can
week.
just give us a few words of confirmation.
Yeah, what did the king say? The old doddering king that looks like King Edward.
It was basically, Canada's strong, we're with Canada, not screw the US, but just be
He's old enough, he should have said it.
yeah, he could have. But anyway,
He doesn't have his mom's reputation to live with.
it was at least a, slight jab at the orange balloon for like don't mess with Canada, you know. They're part of the empire.
And even hell, I'm confused at this point if China is tariffed or not tariffed.
This week, who knows?
Today, it's
Yeah,
like there's a difference between yesterday and
yeah.
today. You got it. You got it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the tariff thing again, I have no freaking clue. There was a jab without naming the
Yeah, I
balloon.
know.
Taco. Now he's
Yeah,
chicken
I
taco.
know. But yeah,
Pollo taco. Pollo taco. That's actually funny. I should mention that in the biker bar tomorrow. That's what I call MLHs.
okay, okay. Like you're going to a biker bar?
It's fun. Well, the after hours one. I don't
Yeah,
know how
yeah.
proper the regular one
I know.
was.
It's like Fuzz isn't here. Otherwise, we'd be throwing up links to all these things on the in the chat. But
Yeah,
we're learning as we go with Oldtifa.
but still just the three of us, so that should pretty much tell me something.
Well, it might be. There might be someone else lurking.
No, it says three people.
Right, me,
Me and
Scooter
Scooter Mom.
Mom, and who's the other one?
Me.
Oh, that one. Oh, okay, okay.
That's CBF main channel.
That
But we
is
have it up on the television right here, but
okay.
so it is just the three of us. I love it. You can also tell us how we're doing.
Yeah. Well, as I always say, it's more material for the archives, at the very least.
He thinks one of these days I'll be famous.
You better be.
But the money, okay, I wrote 1% of the years that Harvard has been around. So I guess um what the US are, or what Taco's keeping away from
Hmm.
is 1% of
Yeah.
all of their years.
Yeah.
Not even just 1% of today. 1% of the whole time they've been there.
Yeah.
So he got the endowment wrong too. He said it was a $50 million one. No, it's a
Oh
fifty
yeah. Yeah.
million dollar one.
And it's like, okay, what are you going to do? You're not taking away their ability to survive. You're taking away their ability to provide important research. You know, they're not.
Let's not even really doing
Yeah,
that.
he thinks, oh, I'm gonna stick it to Harvard by taking money away from them. Stick it to Harvard. You're sticking it to the beneficiaries of all the research that would be done with that money.
And it's the college.
Yeah.
It is the college in the United States. No matter what anybody says, it's not Yale, it's not MIT, it's Harvard. That is the main college.
Well, that and
So
probably what I don't know, half of his cabinet got their degrees from there.
probably or Yale.
Vance did.
But yeah, the big fight between
Yeah.
Harvard and Yale doesn't really exist in us little people. It's Harvard.
Yeah.
So it's like if if Harvard wouldn't have stood up, we'd be screwed. We'd really be screwed. Harvard standing up was very much the we have a chance. I know it
Yeah.
sounds so weird, but every little bit counts, and it's Harvard, so they can tell him to go, you know. And
You went over the school that had like the most prestigious law department in the world.
they also have the most prestigious satire department in the world.
Yes. Like, oh God, you just don't know how to pick a fight.
And
Yeah, it's not even a fight.
the commencement speech had the president. He got a standing ovation
Which president?
of Harvard.
Oh, okay.
He got
Yeah.
a standing ovation
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
commencement.
Oh, and how about the online courses that they're offering?
Yes, I have it up on one of my. Ooh, I think I closed it. I'm trying. I keep forgetting. I want to sign up, and they said anybody in the world, so you can sign up too, Scooter Mom,
Yeah.
for government and constitutional. It's not constitutional law. It's like constitutional reasoning or something. They've had online free classes, but these classes were specifically put up to fight the thing that's going on so we can learn things. And I keep wanting to do it and I keep forgetting because I start playing with the dragons. And it's like I'd sit down there the whole time and just read the whole damn thing. It'd be fun. I heard the Canadian channels have asked for more funding from the government to start courting professors. Oh God.
Yeah, it's the brain drain. That is what
It's what we did to the
he
world. They
could be
might as well
triggering.
do it to
Yep.
us finally.
Uh,
We deserve everything we get.
Basic U.S. government, understanding the Constitution, and how to recognize a dictatorship takeover. Okay.
And if you go deeper, there are other law
Yep.
free courses that
Yeah.
actually are long enough. There are like 8 weeks. These are just pretty much like primer courses.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I was looking through it going, ooh, 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 ooh. And since I've never graduated from high school, I love to like just flaunt it in people's faces. Drove the first husband nuts. You didn't like me telling people I hadn't graduated. Didn't make any sense.
That's
He
what.
graduated from state, so,
Yeah, this one, like, you're still smarter than me in many ways. So,
and he went to real colleges. So when the first husband went to college, I think it was maybe 5,000 a year at state.
okay.
Yeah. It was really cheap for a long time to go to state here. It's not anymore, of course. So, not channels, universities. Ah, that's what I figured when I've read the rest of it. I was like, universities, unless you guys called universities channels. So, flip flops more than any president in history, and Rob don't care.
Are you reading from your notes?
Yeah, I don't know what that means though.
Okay.
Well, he does flip flop.
Yeah.
Know how you can compare him to a president, unfortunately, because he. I think the only thing he's done presidential since he was inaugurated is taking the oath, and even that he screwed up because he didn't put his hand on the Bible.
Well, even was it RT Russia Today uh, when they talked about his, very, very slight criticism of Vlad. You know, Vlad. Something's wrong with him. He's not crazy, but it was mild language. But it was like,
It was what we accuse him of. It
yeah,
was
like
what he's
he
getting
needs
in
he
law
needs
in
to stop
years.
this right now or whatever. And the RT, you know, last line of their messaging about it was like, he'll flip on this tomorrow.
They laugh at him so much.
Exactly. He will change his tune, and basically go, oh yeah, I never said it, or I didn't mean it, or.
I never went to college, but I did graduate from high school.
Ah, okay, good for you,
I'm the only
Scooter Mom.
non graduate I know.
Really?
Yeah, everybody's graduated high school or gotten their GED. I'm the
Yeah.
only non that I know, literally, out of 400 of my closest friends.
Post-secondary practical courses. Yeah, exactly. You your future education is kind of what you want it to be.
I went to adult school for a while. Unfortunately, I met this, or I got the hots for the second husband while I was in class. My was it social studies adult education teacher. Oh, he had way too much fun with me. He'd talk something, and then him and I would just go back and forth for the whole class. So he was like, "You're learning history on top of social studies," and because most of the people there were kids. I think I was the oldest one there at the time, and I was 24. So this was in the suburbs. So with people having to make their last class up before graduation. So just in case you're wondering what Papa Cat is doing, he's trying to get the beautiful one on his lap.
I
And we
won't be able to pet her because I've got two devices, one in each hand.
and you get to know this one, Scooter Mom. We're probably gonna have two new kittens in a couple of weeks. The friends who have the cattery who do foster kittens, they got four. Didn't get the mom or five because mom took off with the five, and we figured that mom took off to wherever she was getting fed because she was a very well fed kitty. They were feral. So there are four kittens in the cattery right now. There are one that looks like that one, except black and white, but I think it's a boy because it's really big. Oreo is sort of
Hmm.
big. There's a black kitten, which, believe it or not, this goth girl has never had a black cat in her life. Um, yeah, I had to have a white cat instead, not on purpose. Um, a tabby and white marker, like that one, a gray one and a brown one. And the brown one has this really big head with these sort of pop out Marty Feldman eyes. And it's like, I want her. I am hoping she's a girl because she is so divinely cute and ugly that she's probably going to grow up to be like a supermodel.
Not as big as Adam Carmona's head. But, you know, nothing comes close to that. But just for good measure.
She liked me at first. She actually climbed on my shoulder. And then she realized I was human and then she hissed at me. So she's hissed at me ever since. And I'm like, wait a minute, you like me. So, uh huh. So as long as there's two, I don't want to do one. As long as there are two girls, we'll take them because the two here will be 7 and 8 years older. So I want two around the same age. So if we don't wind up with those two, now that they're actively getting cats again because they had to close a cattery for 6 months because one of their fosters has
FL
F
was
feline leukemia.
yeah.
Yes, two is better when they're kittens. Yeah, because they also can keep each other occupied, and these can't teach them how to shred everything. So, yeah, no, they had to close the cattery down for 6 months because the kitten had feline leukemia. It was a special kitten; they were taking care of it. Um, so they had to bring it down for 6 months, and the 6 months have just FIP. Yeah, 6 months just ended, I think, last month, and uh, husband wanted some kittens, so because he's the one who loves taking care of kittens, he'll film kittens all day long. I've got to get their link for me. It's a private link because they have cameras going on in the cattery right now. So, my luck, I'm going to wind up with the big black and white one and the black. Just because I had the white one for 17 years. 16. She was maybe a year old when I got her, and she lived for 17 years. So, she was a gift I couldn't take back.
It kept on giving
That kept on giving.
and shedding and
And that is the reason I'm crazy.
Yeah, I'm probably still finding her hair in clothes of mine even now.
Well, that's him. As my nail tech asked me, she's like, "Why don't you have cat hair on you?" And I always say, "I had a white cat in these clothes for 17 years."
Yeah, she's got this.
Yes, you have Biscuit. He was only one left. Okay, yeah. No, Birdie had there was a litter of five, and her and a brother that lives somewhere else are the only two surviving. The other three had something or got something and passed away. So, um, it's weird how Birdie and her brother survived because nobody knows what was wrong. It's just bad timing or something. We don't know. Ah, you get it then, Scooter Mom. Yes, you know,
You know, you know.
if you know, you know. So I'll take. She's mostly white. She's white on the underbits that lay against you. I'm used to it
Yeah.
now. So except her hair is fine. So it's the stuff that gets in your nose. Soda,
Tell me about
soda.
it. Yeah,
It's soda,
exactly.
and how KA always goes, "Oh my God, it got soda." It means you can't get it off. Yeah, that's the
Come on,
same thing.
come on up. Come on up. There you go. Come on up.
Get her to meow again.
Oh, like she'll do what I say. Come here. Hey, come on. Yep, yep. I know if she do it like right in my face, you might hear it. No,
Oh, I think it was. Can could you hear it?
she, like I said, these mics are
Really
their
good.
noise canceling is too good.
Yeah. Now the next thing we have to learn because since everybody likes us together, um, that once the leg heals and it's getting better, I can actually, I know it sounds weird, but you'll get this, I'm sure. I went up one whole stair without realizing that my leg hurt. So that's the first time. And I haven't squealed in 2 days. So, because usually when I run into things, my body, gets paranoid and I'll go, you'll can tell. So it's like, it's getting better. It was a tendon pull. So 8 weeks. This is the eighth week. So I will be back out again. But the weekends, thank you. So yeah, the weekends when I get back to the org, because he likes going to the org, we got to figure out a way to get these bikes are called lavaliers because they were made to hang from like a chain or something. Get lavaliers that work with whatever we're going to use because these won't work with Prism. So,
Actually, they might.
oh, they might.
Yeah, because these are not Bluetooth.
Okay,
So, I think,
but we'll have to get little um noise reduction because of the
uh,
wind.
yeah, maybe.
They make
Although
little noise
these are
reduction things.
recessed within the casing, so they might not actually get a lot of wind on them, but
Okay.
we'll see. We'll test it.
So let's see. How's this for a note?
Oh yeah. Speaking of yeah, segueing into
Tariff clown baking off.
huh? How stoned were you when you wrote these notes?
It's today.
Okay.
Ah.
By stoned, I mean, under the
No, he means
proper prescription medication.
well, yeah, he means Ambien
Yes. Yes.
every other night.
Under the influence of happy sleeping drugs.
I wish. Oh, it was. This is the crypto thing was in the White House. I've been corrected because um, propaganda Barbie said the fluffy.
Oh, yes.
Propaganda Barbie said it was going to be off site. So the one guy who got really annoyed because he spent $250,000 for Taco to be there for 4 minutes until he
Yeah.
took off in his helicopter, which was this is what made me actually.
Didn't he get like a, cheese sandwich like they got at Firefest?
Oh no,
The,
they
they
got
got good food?
he called it a Walmart steak, so it was
Right, you saw
filet
that.
mignon and something
Yeah.
else, but the filet mignon looked horrible.
At least it wasn't hamburgers.
And he had a like a cap that looked like it has sticker on it
Uh-huh.
that like said about the dinner. But yes, it was in the White House. And
And he spoke with the frickin' presidential
yeah, and he
seal.
spoke with the presidential seal, which made it not personal.
Or
So yet another thing they can get him for later.
not whatever
Well, no, it wasn't his
Barbie said like, oh, it's
personal
he's
time.
speaking. Yeah, it's his own time, or it's a.
If it
Or,
was going to be his personal time, he would not be
yeah,
allowed to
it's like,
use
come on,
his
nobody
emblem.
believes a word you say anymore,
There
lady.
used to be a lot of protocols for the emblem, um, which, God, you could see. I mean, literally, you go from one thing the president's talking about, and then he decides to talk about something else that's completely different. People have
Hmm.
taken the emblem off of the podium before, so it's just like we're so uptight about all of this crap, and now it's all crap.
Literally, flood the zone with crap.
Hmm.
That is the strategy, and they are sticking to it.
Yeah. So,
Keep us so distracted, or unable to keep up that it's like, they can just try to do whatever they want.
but yeah, I told people it wasn't at the White House because people were very upset about that. It's like it was one thing that
Mhm.
made someone who didn't talk about politics start talking about politics. I'm like, no, it wasn't in the White House.
As she proclaims, oh, the president has not made any money off of being the president.
$2.1 billion.
Yeah.
And one of his meme coins doesn't have a return. You can't cash it in.
Will return, as
Yeah,
in,
and that's the one that belongs to World Liberty
in
Financial.
other words, once you buy it,
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah. It's not, I actually said here, not transferable. So basically, you literally buy air and you can't cash
yeah.
it in.
Okay. She saw
Yeah,
Brian
let
Taylor
Brian
Cohen
Taylor
break it
Cohen
down.
break
Yeah.
it down for me. Yes. I was watching him until today. I actually unsubbed from him because of, let me see if I can find it. La, 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 la. No, 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 no. Let me see. Maybe he took it off. Total uh um clickbait.
Oh,
Total and utter clickbait. And it,
oh,
it
okay.
was so bad that I actually
I see.
unsubscribed from him.
Oh, like you mean, yeah, like the thumbnails have these big sort of
No, this
headlines on them.
the title.
The
Yeah,
thumbnail or the title of the
the
video.
title.
Yeah, I know there's so much of that on YouTube, unfortunately, especially in that subject matter.
Yeah, but it hadn't been that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Uh
You'll
I
never believe what happened next.
I noticed it. Ah, there it is. Melania snaps goes public with this as a family scandal erupts.
Yeah.
Knows about that Barron didn't want to go to Harvard. And that made me mad enough to go, dude, I don't have time for you anymore.
I've done that before. I sometimes I'll be on Twitter and it's like, you've blocked this account. I don't remember blocking this account, and then I go, oh, now I remember why I blocked it.
Yeah, no, I don't I do not like that at all. And it was obviously, and he makes a big deal about that he finances his own thing. It's like, fine, find somebody else
Yeah,
to do it with. It ain't gonna be me. So, and of course he barely talked about it. And so I was just like, hey, are you a former Republican? I'm thinking because ultimate clout chasing. So
yeah. No,
I liked him,
we don't need that degree of extremity.
and isn't he Canadian? I think
Go.
there's a reason. Is it him who can't? No, I think
Uh,
it's the other guy.
or
There's a guy who can't leave the United States right now because he's a um he might be a first second gen United States. His parents might be, or he was born in another country and his dad was in the military, and so since he's got a big YouTube thing, no, he isn't. Okay, then it's somebody else. Um,
Billy Valshi, but that's
no, it's not
TV,
Allie
not
Welch.
not
And
YouTube.
his
Yeah,
parents are rich.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, he can't leave the country because he's he does YouTube and basically has been threatened that if he leaves the country, he won't be allowed back in. So I thought it was Brian Taylor Cohen, but I guess
Yep.
not. Because yeah, it had to do with the fact that he was born on a military base in another country, even though that's American territory.
Scooter Mom says no, it's not him,
Yeah.
or no, he isn't.
Um, that was that one. Oh, secret societies. Uh, that was when I was thinking that Trump is mad at Harvard because they wouldn't let him into a secret society. And I got corrected today. No, that's Yale.
Oh, like Skull
Skull
and
and Bones.
Crossbones or
Yeah,
whatever.
Skull
Yeah,
and Bones.
yeah.
Yeah, that's everybody. So I was a little bummed, but because he hates people for a reason, not just Harvard saying "f you." It's something else too. You can tell just by the way he talks about it. So maybe he wanted to go to Yale and they wouldn't let him. Wharton doesn't suck, even though his sister did all of his,
Hmm.
his papers. His sister did
Yeah.
it last time he was in office. Was that she faked all of his papers for him? So
He definitely
his
doesn't communicate like someone who is has a college education.
yeah,
At least not now.
his sister was pretty much he's not very smart, and they didn't believe him.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I didn't vote for him.
Hmm.
I'd never vote for him. I didn't vote for him the first time. So, because the first time America was afraid of a woman, and the second time America was
Hmm.
afraid of a white woman or a black woman.
Well, as people say, he's never beaten a man in an election.
Ooh, he hasn't, has
Nope.
he? And yes, I was a diehard Kamala because she was from Oakland.
Oh yeah.
So good things still don't come from Oakland. Uh, yeah, so he's because his big deal is hold on. I shouldn't say it with such authority because I don't know. He's never said anything that I've heard. Oh, yeah, he might be actually. He might be the one he was born on a military base out of the country and some crap like that. Maybe his mom was from that country. Yeah, we all did. And I did especially because she was a freaking DA here. Bertie has just done this. So now she's just keeping an eye on us. But yeah, no, I mean, and she's from Oakland. So I tried to do it because people had no problem saying nothing good comes out of Oakland. Did Baron already? I took a note earlier about taco
Hmm.
and I put yum because I just wrote taco.
You must have been hungry at the time. Yep. Tacos.
Eat tacos.
No, you don't.
So yeah, that was all I got. I really haven't been into them lately, which is bad because that means I'm becoming desensitized. And I know he's becoming desensitized 'cause I'm playing him at bedtime now and he's falling asleep to it.
Who?
You
Oh,
are.
me.
So yeah, I need to start playing it. You need to start watching it with me again. He hates these people. He I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to watch crap about, Taco either, but we have to because it's all they're
Yeah.
relying on is that we get desensitized and not talk about him. But now that Elon has taken Katie,
Allegedly. Just rumors.
well, it's on Twitter. It has to be true.
Okay.
If Elon's crew didn't take it off of Twitter, it must be true. Actually, ooh, it needs to be um, amplified on Twitter because if it is true, Elon will not take it off. Think about it. His ego is way too big.
Yeah.
He'd be advertising, letting everybody go. I have an account, an extra on Twitter. I don't know how many people I know have extras on Twitter. It's just the one to go see what's going on. And weirdly enough, I haven't used it in about 7. It's still there.
I don't even remember what your account name is.
I ain't gonna say.
No, I know. Don't
It's
say
a
it
fake
now, but
account.
oh, the fake one you're
Yeah, the
talking
one
about.
to go exploring on. My real
Okay.
account I canceled
Yeah.
the day after he bought it or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Um or when they took my stock, I was like, hell no, I'm done. So yeah, if it's still on Twitter, because his minions would have taken it off by now, or he would have taken it off by now. It's weirdly enough, all those things he posts, no be known for doing 25 or 100 posts a day, that's real. There are some freaks in the tech industry that can do that. There's
Mhm.
another CEO in some article I read about the fact that there are a couple of other CEOs besides Elon who can literally post 100 times a day and still work a real CEO job.
Not a bot,
Yeah,
but
not a bot themselves.
themselves actually doing it, or
It's
not a staff member.
is probably something about the spectrum site.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am familiar with the hyper brainiacs, so I can believe it. So
I'm
that's
a,
also why it's
yeah.
like, oh God, I've never wanted to hear Twitter once I learned that he can do 100 a day, honestly.
I'm thinking it's also, like an endorphin rush kind of thing.
Yeah,
You know,
it's well, come on.
come on, validate me.
He left
React to
DC
me.
because nobody liked him anymore.
Yeah, and we all pay the price for it.
He's a super nerd. Jesus is a super nerd. Zuckerberg is. They all look like super nerds, and they are. Like I said, they were probably, completely destroyed in school, all of their school life except for college. And um, Elon and Zuckerberg were just grifty enough to take the idea and run with it. Yeah, because Elon did not.
Did not found Twitter.
Nope.
Didn't
Well,
it?
no, he didn't find.
He
He
didn't
didn't
come up with the
find
idea.
PayPal.
Right? No, Twitter obviously we know, but
Yeah,
yeah, the other
he did
companies,
not
Tesla, Twitter,
create.
SpaceX.
Yeah, he did not
Yeah,
create Tesla. That's the
right.
thing.
Tesla's what I
He
meant.
he tried to say he created it, and the guy who created it actually came out because I
Right.
guess he didn't have an NDA at that point and said, "No, I did it." And Zuckerberg stole it from the twins. The twins are now rich now too. So I guess Zuckerberg finally gave them money.
Mm-hmm.
When Facebook first started, the first couple of years, they actually came out and did a story on Vanity Fair, I think, about how he stole it and ran with it, and they can't do anything about it. So, because at the time it was like if he had the IRL, not IRL, if he had the HTTP, it was his. Period. End of sentence. I'm not sure what tech laws are like now, but they very much put a complaint in the minute Facebook started becoming super popular. And I saw something the other day, and this is a weird thing. I didn't even think about them. I'm hardly on Facebook. I need to be on it more because the chat's on it. Is they're rich now. They're very rich, and they weren't very rich before. So they were just typical upper middle class kids who had, quote unquote rich, but not really parents. And now they are part of the super rich. So Zuckerberg paid them off.
Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss.
Winklevoss, right. The weirdo German twins. That's what people used to call them. Not to be confused with the other weirdo, was it German twins who both passed away, but the ones with the face, the heavy duty cosmetic surgery face.
Olsen twins?
They haven't gained enough weight to age, okay?
I don't know. I think you're saying twins are the only ones that came into my head.
Okay, I just search for info on Cohen. They don't even know exactly how old he is, let alone birthplace. See?
Okay,
So
it
he
could
is
be him.
sketch. It wasn't just my mind. Yeah, if you look him up on YouTube, I think there's a video about him not coming back into the country, and everybody went for it for about a day and then all of a sudden stopped. So that's why I don't remember who it is, because you figured they would have kept, milking it for all they got. Um, the ones I watched, Luke, Adam, Midas, they all mentioned it at least once, and then that was it. So he might be a lot more sketchy than we think. So I might be glad that I left. Not getting my advisatory ideas from this guy. Sorry, I keep looking at her because she's just like totally passed out now, waiting for us to be done. So we're almost at an hour, although Wikipedia says he was born in 1989. Well, he is young. 89 would be almost 40. 36,
35,
30,
36.
36. Almost 40 at our age.
Ugh,
Um,
I know. I remember 1989.
I think that's how old he says he is. That sounds about right.
That jives, yeah.
Yeah, it looks about right too. Um, but yeah, no, him standing up on the I don't have sponsors and you guys don't pay for this. Thank you. And you guys don't pay for any of this and blah blah blah. And it's just like, you know what? Unfortunately, advertisement is what rules the world. Always has, always will. You'll always remember our in our generation, the Coca-Cola song, um, the you can't have just one, um, things like that.
Playing boomer trivia again, aren't we?
Yeah. The copper tone girl with the butt, um, things like that. It's advertising. I've always been one of those freaks who believed in the power of advertising and just it was but it was nothing that I ever wanted to be. Probably because of wasn't Dick Van Dyke an advertiser?
Mm,
I think he was.
yeah.
But yeah, I never thought
Who's
I
he's still alive, by the way.
so he's 100?
He's almost 100.
Double
Yep.
mint, right.
Yep.
See?
Yep.
Double mint gum. Yep.
Yep.
All of that stuff. It's advertising. So it's like, no, actually advertising, I don't mind it. I have it that it's not going to go into the middle of CBF's F's feed. So it can go at the beginning and the end. I don't have it for the middle because I think it was Aaron who put it in the middle and people lost their minds. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm not going to do that. Um, so it's just the beginning and the end. And I made a whole $111 for the past 2 months.
Yay!
I think I've made since I have monetized, CBF has made $400, I think. So that's what 6 months, $400.
Thank you to
Because
all
they
the supporters of Club Brain of the Mama
of,
Katone
of
channel.
us watching.
Just saying, there might be other viewers later, not just the ones that are on right now.
So yeah, that's why when people say they don't make money off of YouTube, it's hard to make money off of YouTube when you're probably under 10,000
Seven
even.
years.
Yeah, 7 years. It took 8 years for Aaron to get there. It's going to take, I already have 1 year down and eight more, or 7 more to go. Better than a kick in the teeth. Yes. No, I had figured out at one time, but that was also because I was buying things in the neighborhood that it was about $20 a day to go to San Francisco. Um, but get, I used to get something from one of the cafes every day and I don't do that anymore. So it should cost me. Oh, actually, gas has gone up, so it'll probably cost me $15 because the toll's gone up too for the bridge.
Mm.
So that's the way we look at it. And probably within the next 5 years, he'll retire anyway once the 401k start going up again. It is so funny hearing people just go, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yep, any day now.
mm-hmm. So, he wants to be the producer when he retires. So in a weird way, I might like it better if he could retire early, because then we probably would go to the dark side by then, because you have to go Apple if you're going to be serious about YouTube. So, and since we are a Windows Android, I'm Android. He went to the dark side for his phone already. So, yeah, I don't think he can retire for 5 years because we have new stuff that we'd have to replace. Because we're tech freaks. We have a bunch of little computers around the house. And that is what he usually does when I talk about having to change the whole like infrastructure in the house. He just makes that face and shakes his head. And I think it's also something you do. Your Windows and Android too, yay. I think it's a tech thing though, because it's weird how many people are Apple now that are our generation. And older, how they were Windows all the way, and they went. I teased my dad. My dad said, "Yeah, it's easier to do Apple when you're older." Period. So, and since they have the better video quality stuff, still, I don't think Windows really ever catch up to it unless you want to spend like $15,000 for a computer.
Well, if you want to do high-end YouTube, you have to buy your own. It's like dedicated video equipment.
Well, yeah,
You
but
know,
I mean, no, I mean
you know,
Apple,
yeah.
which is
If
so
you're gonna go with, typical home computer setup,
yeah,
you know,
we could do it with Windows, but it would be the gaming.
surprised what you can do at Prism.
Oh, now he's changing his mind. He actually just shook his head the other day. I'm the one I call it the dark side for a reason. I never want to go to Apple. I tease everybody about their damn phones. Someone told me Apple is dummy proof. Yeah.
They never met your Your mother.
My mother could
Oh
use one.
boy.
My dad got my mom hers when my dad retired, and she used it.
I just got my mom an iPhone,
Yep.
and somehow she learned about FaceTime before she learned about anything else, and it's kind of scary.
And I told him since he bought her an iPhone, he has to answer the phone when she calls.
Oh yeah.
She's called at least 10 times this week so far.
Well, she called again today when I was at work,
Right. But
um,
I mean,
which means I get to see a lot of close-ups of her nostrils.
but he used to talk to her on Sundays.
Yeah.
Now he talks to her at least once a day.
Now it's going to be a lot more often.
And I told him he has to answer the
Oh yeah.
phone
Oh
because
yeah.
if he upsets his mom,
Yep.
because she's older, she'll stop using it.
Yep.
So it's like
Mm-hmm.
he's got to like acknowledge all of them.
Mm.
And I went through this with my mom before she went. So
Yep.
it's just like your turn.
Oh yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I asked for it.
Yep. I was like, an iPhone? Are you sure?
Hmm.
And then he thought he wasn't going to put a lot of things on it. And I'm like, yeah, right. The next time he goes sees her, uh, crossword probably
Sure. What game she might want on there? She couldn't really
yet.
figure it out.
She'll figure
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
Listen,
Wordle.
get
Wordle.
monetized soon enough to cover the cost of the new laptop. Mine is hinting it's going to kick the bucket. Ooh, you should have a fundraiser for it. I mean, it's legit. It would be legit to get you a new laptop, and you can get a Surface for under $1,000. So, which is the best Windows laptop. Weirdly enough, the Microsoft one is the best one to have. I have three, four. I've justified every single laptop for a reason. And actually, they all do their reasons.
Yeah.
So,
So there, Mr. Man.
so yeah, you should do it. I bet you people would contribute to it to help you,
Hmm.
like we did with Cubs, because a laptop is legitimate.
And the scooter report
Is legitimate.
does a lot of good for people, for the
Like you said,
contest community.
you're doing it for the underdog. So heck yeah, they should,
Yep.
do. Oh, and what time are you on tomorrow? Because you said Friday, right?
Oh, is she doing
As
three?
long as I'm home, I can work around her.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
if I'm not home, because that would be I couldn't wait till 4 and I wouldn't get there by 1 or 2. I hardly ever
Yeah.
got there by 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I uh probably be home this weekend still because one step does not make a whole staircase.
Well, that and yours truly is working
Oh yeah, he's working Saturday
Friday
night,
night and Saturday
Friday
night.
night and Saturday night.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you're not going to be here for Old Tifa tomorrow.
No. Uh,
No, you
Depends
will
on when
be.
you start. Probably not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing regular
I'll make
clubbing.
sure it's set up, but that's about
Yeah.
it.
Oh, Scooter Mom, stop that. Yes, you should.
Don't be modest, not around here.
I mean, it's Canada. It's not like I can send you one.
Oh my God, the tariffs, the tariffs.
No, not that. They have different plugs up there.
No, they don't.
Oh,
No, Canada uses the U.S. electricity and U.S. Stuff.
oh yeah, the one you guys aren't going to give to us anymore. Go for it.
What?
Electricity. Canada has a bunch of
Well, yeah,
electricity.
you're
We
going to
won't.
cut off the power grid.
Yeah,
Go for it.
to
Y-
Wisconsin, Minnesota.
Yeah, something like that. The war of the power.
Yeah, it's like,
It's all so stupid.
uh-huh. Can you run the streaming stuff on a Surface? Yes, you can. And actually go look. And if you can make it last, maybe whatever your school years are, because Microsoft's into the Surface being a school tool. So
And I run,
Mondays. Okay, just Mondays? Cool.
yeah,
Then
for
you'll be
Twitch.
on
For
Monday.
Twitch, I run OBS, which is equivalent to um, what is that? Prism. Um,
Yeah, but that's
on
like,
a ThinkPad Yoga, which is like 7, 8 years old. And running Windows 10, and it works great.
yeah,
So
you don't have to have a fancy
take that for what
fancy.
it's worth.
But if you're unlike me and um, I know all of the bit rates and stupid things like that, so it catches me in my laptop broke, I need a new one, and Papa Cat just goes, oh God, no, because it'll be the latest and greatest. So, But yeah, okay. So Monday is a day that I go at 4. Okay. Um, which is good because I will be home on
Yeah, you'd never
Mondays.
be at the Oregon
I don't
Mondays
go to the
anyway.
org on Mondays anyway, so
Right.
it's actually perfect. So because everything's closed on Mondays in the city where I am, and I don't trust them. Uh, so I do Mondays from here. I have a really hard time with the whole self promotion and fundraising for myself thing. I couldn't do it. Nope.
Understand, but in our opinion, you do really good work.
You can always put laptops on your wish list. You never know.
Yep.
I know, don't laugh at me. I mean, I didn't leave the country longer than an hour. A friend of mine took me to Mexico when we were uh God, I think 19 or 20, and she thought it was funny, so we drove into Mexico because you could. And I was brown then, and I was freaking out and telling her they weren't going to let me back in. They weren't going to let me back in. And it took us an hour to get back to the border. And he goes, "Are you American?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, he just waved us through. It was like couldn't sound like anything but American. So red states plus NY power,
Yeah. Uh,
buddy.
also stupid.
So there was a point to this, and I don't remember what it was.
Uh,
Something about Mexico.
well, no, it started with you saying it,
I only been out of the country 1 hour until Y2K.
right, but it was us. We can give advice to Scooter Mom because whatever we can recommend will work fine for her.
See, I told you you didn't
Right?
listen to me.
Isn't that what we were saying?
No, I was talking about when was the last time because I'm an American. Oh,
You,
yeah,
so,
I'm a real goofy American because I've only been out of the country maybe a handful of times. And the first time I ever went, I was 33. That was for Y2K. Yeah, I did it big times. You're gonna leave the country the first time,
yeah,
go to London
that was your
for
plan.
Y2K.
Exactly. If the world's going to blow up, I want to be there in front of a nice, pretty dome
Yeah,
or
the Big Ben.
the Big Ben and the
No, it wasn't working then yet.
uh,
The Millennium Wheel did not work for 6 months.
is that what it was?
Yes.
No, the
I was so bummed because we couldn't go on it because it wasn't set up yet. I need more of this weed and more of this.
what? Aha! Listener number 4 has D-Lurk. Hello, Never and Aaron. Welcome. We're not too much longer, but welcome.
So I'm gonna make it one at this
I need
point.
more of this
That
weed.
is so
More.
funny. So
Yep.
yeah, no, my point of view was because everybody said the world was going to end, right? And it's like, my roommate got me. He asked me if I wanted to go to London for Y2K, and I went yes. I go hell yes. So he took me for a birthday present. So we went because if the world's going to end, I want it to end when I'm in London having a really cool time with a bunch of people I don't know. So, and it didn't end. We were bummed. I think
Yeah.
you could actually hear because it was also the river of failure where the fireworks did not go.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
they all just went out all at once. I think you heard an audible sigh that we didn't die. Yeah, I swear to God, we all went, hmm. They're like, bummer. You have laptops on your wish list. Okay, cool. I just throw a link tree up on my about page and hope. Yes.
Okay.
Not like I won't be saying anything about that. Um, but yeah, it's like it was cool. It was London and I had fun. And it was really weird having it be like dark for what, 18 hours? 18 hours a day?
Oh,
Because
because
it was winter.
right.
It
Oh,
was dark all the time.
yeah, because I've said probably on your channel before, summer in Scotland was so much fun as a kid because you had 18 hours of sunlight.
So yeah, no, it was weird. It threw my body off a big time. So unfortunately, I had jet lag for 2 days, which sucked because we came in 2 days
Yeah.
early. So that was the only thing. Um, no, no,
That one hers.
yeah, it could be. I thought it was a flying thing. I actually just asked our mods to post my link tree once this show from now on. Good, good. Yes, it always helps because yes, you have people like me who are tech freaks who might want to go behind the scenes and get you a laptop because we know it's hard. So she's still
Same with us.
sleeping because tech freaks are just like that. So don't blame the tech freaks if we get together. So um, and like I said, like I always say, I was there at the birth of the internet. My family helped build it. That's not an exaggeration. That's the funny thing. It's not an exaggeration. I don't think anybody else ever said that the World Wide Web would never work. That's ridiculous. Besides the fact why'd you name it after
Mhm.
Scooby Doo?
When IRC had 10 channels.
Yep. And my brother agreed. He goes, I don't think it's going to work either, but you never know.
It's a fad.
You haven't left Canada since you were 12. Ah, yeah, I wanted to go visit Carrie Ann and have us go to Canada, but we figure now it'd be hard to do.
A
So,
little
because,
risky.
it's a
Yeah.
like overnight drive, but we don't know what the hell would be going on at the borders. So, because, Canada, I think I'd be more afraid walking across the street than going into Canada, even as an American now, but who knows what they'll do at the border. So, I don't trust the Americans coming back in until someone does something again to tell Taco to F off. So, um and West Point has pissed off enough people. The commencement speech at West Point alone was humiliating, embarrassing, aggravating.
So, so typical.
Yeah, and then him not staying when they were showing uh
Not shaking anybody's hand.
yeah, and when they
Yeah.
were showing past presidents, and even Kamala, when she was VP, actually did a commencement at West Point too.
Oh, yeah.
So
Not a iota of sense of,
that's good
service.
because that means the military's against him. They'll never say
Yeah.
it out loud, but they
Yeah.
will definitely show him that they aren't. And it's going to start with the non military parade happening. The Army had said it was too expensive, and it was the Army who said it first. No, I'm sorry, it was the Navy who said it first
Okay.
that it was too expensive to do. And of course, he didn't care and he was still talking about it. And somebody just mentioned it again. BFF sent me a link that had it in the chat, I think, or something. And it was like, no, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, every generation, past few generations have been in the military. I have cousins that were in the military. So it's like, yeah, I have a military family. I'm just the bleeding heart liberal in it. So I'm the tree hugger. That's what I got called. So, okay, I think we're done. And he came in to say hi.
Hmm.
Hi, never in. You got to miss it. But it wasn't me and Carrie Ann tonight, our usual Thursday night people, because Carrie Ann has school. And school always takes the priority over
It's,
diddling around on YouTube. So I drug Papa Cat in so he'd get his first Oldtifa over with.
a hosting slot.
Yeah, because we only have the Thursday night between 7 and 9 taken up right now. I want to do it even if it's not me. I want to do it like 5 days a week. So we'll see what we can do. I could probably get Papa Cat now back on it again. We just need to have help with settings and lights. I need to
Yeah.
figure this out.
This is our first foray at, multi-camera, or multi-camera with a human,
Then I keep catching the fact that
microphones.
my um camera, if you look, me putting my head down and look at something,
Uh-huh.
the black
Oh,
messes up the camera, so I
oh,
all of a sudden
oh,
turn
okay.
white.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll look at that. That's an auto adjustment that we could probably um, disable.
Cat hair is extra seasoning. Yes.
Thank you for the hearts, Never in Aaron.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. Okay, guys, so we're going to really go. So I will see everybody that wants to see me, who comes and sees me after and plays Replay Crew at 3 o'clock on Club Brain Fog. That wasn't a joke. I
Yeah,
actually
you had
slipped
a
my
moment.
mind.
That's, yeah, 3 p.m. Pacific,
And we
Club Brain
talk
Fog.
about all things not Scientology, non Scientology, anti Scientology. So I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? Ciao, badass.